In Street 1, the 911 Carrera RS 2.7 is the fastest car by a lot, which makes it difficult to pick anything else. But there are a few options that can hold their own in certain situations, and I understand that driving the same meta car over and over again can get boring in the grand races. So here are my top 5 Street 1 cars not named the 911 2.7. Let's go! All right, real quick before I get into it, if you're looking for any of my Motorfest tunes, go to militiagamingco.com, click on Motorfest tools from the top, and there you will find my tunes, plus a map and some other tools that you can use that make your life easier. All right, let's get into it. At number 5, the M3 E30 or the Special Edition. Now, both of these cars kind of feel the same. The original M3 actually ran faster test times, so I tend to lean more towards that, but the cars sort of feel the same and they can serve the same purpose. The strengths of the M30 are the cornering and the guttering. The car does very, very well in corners, has a nice tight steering radius, and it's a car you can lean on when the route offers a lot of gutter turns or a lot of mid to low end cornering. Its weaknesses include NOS power and top speed. Just doesn't have the top speed to keep up with the 911, so if you do choose this, you're going to get walked away from if two 911s decide to start slipstreaming. Its NOS power also isn't the greatest, but it is better than a lot of cars, and so that's why it made the top 5. At number 4, we've got the Lancia Stratos. Now, this car is kind of interesting. It handles really, really well. Actually, slightly better than the M3, but not by much. It's got great cornering and great guttering, just like the M3, but it's a little bit of a different feel. The car feels grippy, it feels tied to the road, and it gutters really, really well. So it's going to be used in the same situations as that M3, but it just doesn't have the acceleration and the top speed. Now, the NOS power is okay. It's not the greatest, but it's fine. The acceleration, on the other hand, is just not there, and the top speed, again, is definitely lacking, although the top speed on the Stratos is similar, if not slightly better than the M3. At number 3, we've got the Ford Focus RS. Now, this is a car I really like, and I want to put this car higher than number 3. However, its weakness really prevents me from doing that, and the car right above it actually has a case for being meta on one specific route, so I had to keep it at number 3. Its strengths include acceleration and NOS power. It is by far the best competition for the number 2 car on my list in terms of acceleration and NOS power. You can absolutely keep up with, if not beat a 911 on specific courses that feature a lot of mid to low end cornering and a lot of gutters with this car. The only reason it's 3 instead of 2 is because it's slightly worse than the number 2 car in terms of the acceleration. So that being said, this is a very viable car. It's a car you can actually lean on, and the tune for this car really controls that slippage, so I would strongly recommend you checking it out. Its only weakness is going to be the top speed, and I guess you could put in there grip, but with that tune, I really don't want to say that's a weakness because it actually doesn't struggle with grip as much. So the only weakness is the top speed. It's a great car. Definitely go out and try it. At number 2, we've got the Ford Mach-E. Now, this car actually has a case for being meta on one specific course. Unfortunately, I was getting clips for this, and the course that it's meta on is the course that I actually recorded the M3 clip on. I just wasn't able to get that one when I was testing this Mach-E again. So anyways, that's the course, and this car is insanely quick off the line. It's got the best acceleration in the class. It's got maybe the best NOS power. If it's not the best, it is tied with the best, but its weaknesses include its top speed and its cornering. This particular tune that we've got on this reduces the final drive, making the car accelerate even faster, and with that, the car is just an absolute monster on this one particular course because acceleration is the thing that you need. It doesn't corner quite as well as some of the other cars that I've mentioned, but it is a car that you can lean on for that acceleration power, and it really helps you get out in front of the grand race really early. So I strongly recommend you guys check this one out as well. And finally, the number 1 car in Street 1 that's not named the 911 RS 2.7 is the RS2 Avant. Now, this car's strengths include acceleration, NOS power, cornering, and guttering. It is definitely the best guttering and cornering car in the class. It does better than the 911. It does better than the Mach-E. It does better than the Ford. Everything on my list, it definitely does it better. I went back again, retested all of these cars, and the RS2 Avant is definitely my favorite to use in those situations. Its NOS power is just incredible. It's got great acceleration, and it handles basically everything you throw at it. The one knock on this car, and it's frustrating that this is the case, is its top speed. It just can't keep up with the 911. if this car could keep up with the 911 in terms of top speed, it absolutely would be the meta car in the class because it does literally everything else better than the 911. It has better acceleration, better NOS power, better cornering, better guttering. It just doesn't have the top speed. And when you're in Street 1, top speed and slipstream speed becomes a bigger factor for Street 1 than all of the acceleration, NOS power, cornering, all of that stuff. So I strongly recommend you use this. This is viable almost every single race. The issue is when you get into a straight or any type of top speed situation and you go up against two 911s, you're gonna lose to those 911s, which is why everyone defaults to that 911. Anyways, to recap the list, you've got the RS2 Avant, the Ford Mach-E, the Ford Focus RS, the Stratos, and the M3 or the special edition M3. That's my list, guys. Here are the pro settings for all 5 cars, and then I'll throw in also the one that I have for the 911, and that way you guys are set up and ready to go. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I know it's a short one, and I'm gonna keep going with these. I'll go through each of the classes and retest the top cars and come up with these top 5 lists. Hopefully you enjoy that and find some value in it. And if you do and you're not subscribed, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will catch you on the next one. Trigger out.